Good morning. I was loving that music. That's like being back in Disneyland. We are all in a fantastic mood this morning because it is the launch of a brand new week here on Crafters TV, and what a way to start it off. The foil press is here. We have got great deals for you as well, but more importantly than all of that, Sara is here with me in the building. Hello, Sara. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. And like you said, Joe, kicking the week off in style. And did you notice our nice little fancy opener there? So you guys have been loving my masterclasses so much that we've decided we're going to make a whole show of them. So if we're ever doing something really in-depth, huge tutorial, where we just literally, I'm glued to this spot and I'm just demo for 2 hours solid, we're calling it a masterclass. If there's anything you want to see as a masterclass, let us know. Today's big masterclass, I know so many of you have been waiting for. It's the foil press. Now, what I need to know from you, because this is interactive, I need to know who has the foil press. If you have it, are there any areas you've been struggling with? Because we can do Craft Clinic live. So Joe can check your comments. I can show you everything you've been struggling with. And if you are on the fence of being thinking about getting it, oh my word, you've picked a good day to tune in. Let's just say, but if that is you, what is it that you need to know about it? And I can make sure we cover all of that. Because foiling is literally one of the hottest trends. It has been for close to 2 years now, and it is showing no signs of slowing. And if you own a Gemini machine, there is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be upgrading from your Gemini machine just being die cutting and embossing with the addition of a foil plate to then be able to do hot foiling. And I'm going to show you today how you can hot foil all of the dies you already have. So yes, you can buy foiling dies, which just do the foil, but I'm going to show you how you can foil with dies that you have, cutting dies, how we can use them to foil with. Oh yes, we're going to cover all of this in the show because it's a masterclass. Now, what I will tell you is, if you're thinking about getting the foil press, my life have we got a phenomenal deal for you. And if you've already got the foil press or you're going to go for it today, Joe's got the most unbelievable goodie bag, so I'm going to let him show you all of that, and I'm going to get ready for the first demo. Yes,
absolutely. As Sarah was saying, any questions whatsoever, get them in. I'm monitoring the Facebook comments over on the Crafters TV Facebook page. So if you're watching the live feed, make sure you're watching the live feed from that page and comment along, and I will see every single one of the comments that you pop there. So that is where I'll be monitoring that. All the deals are live right now over on the website. So crafterscompanion.co.uk if you're here in the UK.com if you're in the US.eu if you're anywhere else in Europe. Now, as Sarah was saying, if you've been sat on the fence, if you've been waiting for the foil press, then believe me, today is the day, because I've been working with the foil press here obviously since I started. I've seen it, I've worked with it long before that as well, and this is the best deal I've ever seen on the foil press, because we have the foil press on the show week in, week out at £99.99. That's the price that's on your screen at the moment, or £139.95, and you'd get a few bits included in that. Not included in the value there is the 2 extra dies that we give you as standard as well, that we normally do. So you're looking at extra value there. So that's where that goes. Now, as standard, you're going to get everything that you need. The fabulous base itself, the platform, which is going to go through either your Gemini Mini or through your larger Gemini with the extension plates, and we'll talk about that more as we go through the show. Now, you've got your plates down here, so you've got your heat resistant plate and you've got your cutting plate down here. We're going to give you some foil included as well, and then what you're getting is you're getting this book. Now, this book is put together by our lovely Leanne, and it is fabulous. It's got all the information that you need in here about the includes, how you use it. You've got the matrix in here as well, which tells you for how long you need to heat certain foil stamp dies to get the best result. And the great thing is about this, because you are able to control the heat, because you're able to control the time, it's about you getting precision every single time that you use it. So that's what you'd normally get in standard, included as standard for £99.99. Now, in the UK, you're going to get the DVD. If you're in the US, we will give you all of the content that is in there, but we'll do that for you via email. So you will still get the content. The DVD isn't included. Now, we're going to give you some extra goodies as well. So what you'll get is, contents may vary, but you get one of our lovely border foil stamp dies, and you're going to get one of our beautiful foil stamp and cut dies included in there as well. And we're going to give you 2 bonus foils included as well. Yep, this is for £99.99. You're getting all of it. But what we're also going to give everyone that buys, ta-da! You're going to get the bag included. Now, the bag, you are going to get the bag included.
No way!
However, we don't have anywhere near as many bags as we do Gemini machines. So, if you want to come back and get this in a couple of days, in a few days, yes, you'll be able to come and get back and get a great deal on the Gemini. Will you get the bag? I don't know. I can't say. I know that it's busy already. I know we're going to have a phenomenally busy show this morning, because I don't ever recall us doing a deal that fabulous on the machine. Do you want to see a quick recap of absolutely everything that you are getting? Because I'll show you it in pictorial form, because there it is, of course. In the UK, you're going to get the DVD as well, but everything you'd normally get included in the box with the Gemini, the border die, the stamp die and cut die, and also the 2 rolls of foil, and you're going to get the carry case included as well. Shut the back door, shut the front door, put the bins out and fiddle the blinds, because that is a tremendous deal. Now, have you already got the foiling machine? I know so many of you do. Thousands, tens of thousands of you already own this machine. Now, for you, we've done something really special. We know how much that you love our mystery bags when we bring them to you, so Sarah's put one together especially for this show. Now, the great thing about this is it is worth £90 or $90. You're only going to spend £25 or $30. Now, obviously, contents may vary, but you'll get one of everything that I'm showing you. You're going to get 2 foils in here. So in this one, we've got the that gorgeous coppery bronze and also that wonderful cerise. So you'll get some of those included. Now, let me show you this one, because, I just want to show you what you've got here. Now, this, I'm just hearing already 5% of this has gone since we've gone live. So what we've got here, the borders. Now, these backgrounds, these are about £24.99 on their own is what you'd expect to pay for those. So you know what, that's the cost of the bag in the UK. The rest of it really is a Brucey bonus, as we would say. You've then got some flourishes and corners as well, so you can see that just there. You've got those more dies included. We're going to give you some regular dies included. Now you might be thinking, well, why am I going to give you regular dies as well? Sarah's going to show us how we can use all of our regular dies in the machine too. So you've got the glistening branches included there. We're also going to give you a sentiment die. This one is a Christmas one. This is Silent Night. You're going to get that included. The value in this bag is amazing. I know what these retail for at full price. And then you're going to get one of our beautiful frames. Now this is our Biarritz frame. 10% of the mystery bag has already gone, is what I'm being told. That doesn't include everyone that's placing their orders at the moment. These masterclasses are becoming so busy because you guys know it's when you get great deals, and it's also when you get the best deals as well. Since we started the show, 5% of the foil press has already sold out and gone. We are having an extraordinarily busy start to this show. There's lots of other things on the show. I'm not going to bombard you at the start with all the deals, but there's more deals to come as we go through the hour. Also, there is a craft vault at the end of this show, and that means all of the craft vault deals are now live on the website. Pop over, click through to the masterclass, and you'll see all of the craft vault items tagged with the craft vault logo. You can help yourself and shop ahead. Don't forget to let me know in the comments any questions that you might have. The beep, I think, means that Sarah is probably ready to go.
That was time to precision there. I don't know if you heard the beep from across the room there, but that beep means we are literally ready to go. Now, for any of you who are brand new to this, right, let me just start off by explaining. This is the foil press machine, because I need you to tell me, I'm checking your comments here, who's got a foil press machine and who is thinking about getting one, okay? Now, this is the machine. Oh, this is the machine itself, right? Now, as it comes to you, it's probably easier for me to show you on the close-up. I don't know where you'll be on the... but I will walk you through all of it, right? Basically, you've got the base plate here, which is the which has got all of the controls right here. I know mine are on the side. I'm going to use it upside down, which seems ridiculous, but it's because I like to have the plug socket here, and I'm used to doing it back to front for demos for the camera. But you're going to be able to watch me on the overhead. This is the base heating plate. This is the actual plate that goes through your machine. I'm going to give you some hints and tips on how to get the best usage out of it as well, right? Then you have the carbon fibre top plate, which is going to basically form a protector, and this lifts up and goes through your Gemini machine. Now, it goes through the Gemini Junior. If you have the large Gemini, you just need to get the one of these that is wider. So then it just sits on your base plate a little bit wider and goes through the machine like that, okay? This slides in, and you can see here, we've got 3 heat settings, low, medium and high. Most of the foiling I do is on low. All of this, though, is related to what it's going to tell me in the instruction book. You can see we've got minutes and seconds here, and then we've got start and reset. So at the moment, I've plugged it in because I've had it on warm. As soon as, when it's off, it's like this. As soon as you switch it on, this will be red until it's at temperature, then it will go green. Mine's just beeped, so you heard how long it took. It took 4 or 5 minutes to get up to temperature the very first time, okay? Now, I'm going to pop this here, which I've just realised is not helpful for you because it's going to be right. I've just pushed my whole bench over a little bit so that this would be right in your shot. We might be pushing it a little bit further. Sorry, go on, Joe.
Sorry,
yes?
12 minutes in, already time for a public broadcasting message. You know, I said 10% of the goodie bag had gone.
Yes.
20% of the goodie bag has now gone. We are 12 minutes in. I definitely don't think... What's going on here? I'm not sure we have enough. I'm not sure we have enough to last the show, let alone the tens of thousands of people that watch these shows back after they've been aired. If you want the mystery bag, we'd normally say, you know, be casual, shop the whole show, take your time. Not the case with the mystery bag. You need to act sooner rather than later. Sorry about that, Sarah, but I don't want anyone to miss out.
You're okay, Joe. That is your job. Right, is this in your shot now? Can you see it when you look overhead? Here we go. Yes, you can see all the little control. That's what I was trying to get you guys. Now, it's going to be upside down, but it's better that... Oh, see, now we can just adjust the camera. Instead of me adjusting all the furniture, right? It's what happens when I try and take matters into my own hands, right? So here we go. You're there, you can see what we're doing, and you can see the instruction book. We're going to keep everything going together. Now, let me just start right from the very, very beginning, okay? I'm going to take one of them dies from the goodie bag. This is a foiling die. Now, the difference between a foiling die and a cutting die, let's just have a look. I've got a cutting die here as well, right? So here is a beautiful cutting die. It's beautiful because it says beautiful, right? So the difference between the two, if you look up close, is this has a raised sharp edge like a knife. So this is going to cut through your card. This doesn't. It just has big open areas, so that when we foil with this, it's just going to foil the whole of the open area. And do you know what? I should probably foil both so I can show you the difference if you want to foil your dies, okay? Now, if we reference the instruction booklet, if I'm going to foil this onto just a little bit of black card to start with, you can see here, looking down, this is for foil stamp dies, which we're going to focus on first. A little bit later, we're going to come to the stamp and cut dies. So if I look at the foil stamp dies, we can foil onto 300 gram cardstock, 350 gram cardstock, pearlescent card, vellum, mirror card, acetate, PU leather, cotton fabric, satin ribbon, and I'll show you how you adjust these if you've got something that's not on the list. I'm going to start, this is just a nice 300 GSM cardstock, and this is a pretty small die. So small means 1/3 of the whole overall space of your machine. Medium is about 2/3, large covers most of it. So because it's small, it's just on low temperature for 10 seconds, right? So what you do is, very important, you get your foil ready first of all. Now we've got all of the foils available on the show today as well. So you just need to cut yourself a little bit of foil, right? For you to be working. We've got different quantities of all the different foils. So, and there was too many colours for us to put them all in a bundle. But basically they're 2 for £6 or $7, right? So you're going to cut yourself a piece of foil that is the same size. Now look, I've missed a little bit here. Don't worry. Watch what you can do, right? You can take a little bit of excess foil and we can cover that over as well. So we can cover it over, it can be pieced, it doesn't have to be in one piece. That's a nice little extra bonus tip I'm showing you there, right? Now the reason I said get that ready is because it's only 10 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the seconds up here till 10. Bear in mind, we're all looking at it upside down, right? So lift the top off, pop my word on, pop the top back on and press start. So it's counting down the 10 seconds. Don't go longer. If it says 10, trust me, Leanne's worked out it only needs 10, right? So once you hear that beep, there it is. You're going to pop your foil on and let's have a look. Where were we missing that little bit? Down here. And you should have the foil facing up towards you. Your cardstock goes over the top. The top plate goes on this, and then you just lift it and send it through the machine. Now, as I'm here for a whole 2 hours, because this is a masterclass, I'll go through all best practice and tips and tricks. But I just wanted to start by showing all those who are brand new to this, how does it work, okay? So now when I take this off, all you're then going to do is just peel this off, and you will see that it is foiled perfectly, the word Silent Night. And because that was, and you see this is a little bit hot, so you probably shouldn't just, don't you do what I do here, right? I'm not advocating this, right? You can use the lovely tweezers that we've included in your starter kit for you. But can you see it's a big open space, which is why it foils. Let's try and do that with our own beautiful stamp here, right? So let's choose another colour. Should we do a little bit of green foil?
Lots of people getting their ideas in, Sarah, about what they'd like to see.
Is that right?
Yep, so Lauren talking about waste foil.
Waste foil, we can do that.
Is asking if we could see it go through the larger Gemini machine maybe at some point today as well. I've got a bigger Gemini over here if you need one.
Oh, yes.
But just an explanation of that. A quarter of the stock of the bag, mystery bag, is sold out and gone as well. I mean, guys, it's 17 minutes past 11 in the UK. That is a lot of, I mean, even I'm a bit like, okay, this is going faster than I thought. But yeah, please keep getting your ideas in for anything you want to see in the next sort of hour and 40 minutes over on Facebook.
Right, I'm just looking. I don't have one of our big extender plates. If I can find an extender plate down here, Joe, I'll have a little bit of a look about when you do a review at some point. If I can do an extender plate, I'll turn everything. I'll have
a look for you over my side.
Right, are you ready to see this one? See the difference? So this is when we foil one of our dies, it will give you an outline. Can you see? So it's still really lovely and it gives you an outline. Now, what if you wanted all of beautiful foiling? I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it indeed, right? So watch what we would do. We would take our beautiful, because you can do, this is the thing, you can do it with everything, right? Take our beautiful, take a little piece of card, and I'm just going to pop this whole thing through the Gemini. So there's that. Have I got my magnetic plate? Yes, I have. And then I'm going to put my top plate on. So I'm just going to foil it through the Gemini. So this is your options. You can either use the foiling dies, and what I would say is get that goodie bag, because you get a little, you get one of everything. One of the words, one of the backgrounds, one of the borders, one of the Stampin' Cuts. I'm going to show you how to use those as well. But you do get everything to try, right? Here we go. If I lift off this beautiful, right? So if you want the whole word foiling, all you do is cut the word out, right? Here we go. And then I'm going to put this on my base. Now, have you noticed when I'm sitting with it and I'm not using it, I leave it out like this. I don't plug it in. Really important, because what I'm doing, I know it means we then have to wait a couple of seconds, but if I just give you a little bit of a tip, what happens is if you leave this on too long, right, and you overheat it, it will cut out, right? But then also, if you overheat it and then send it through your machine, what happens when we've got heat and pressure at the same time? We get a bend, right? And you don't want to bend. So my top tip is only keep this plugged in when you're about to use it. So it doesn't take very long, it only takes a few seconds, right? Now, I'm going to cut that beautiful, and I'm going to try, oh, have I got one of these cerise open? Oh yes, this is open, yes. Now, you get some foil in the goodie bag. This was the colour that came in my goodie bag. So it's lovely to try that, right? So here is how you're going to foil something that you've already cut out. So we've already cut this out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it, I find around about between 30 and 40 seconds works an absolute treat. So let's go, oh no, we're not ready to start yet. We haven't heated up. Right. Oh, now it's heated up, right? So we'll just give it a few seconds longer. So you put the beautiful down here, right? We're going to put the foil face up onto that, right? Then I'm going to put just a few sheets of card, a couple of sheets of card onto this. I'm going to put my magnetic shim, which I have somewhere handy. Yes, I do indeed. I'm going to put the magnetic shim. So you've got the thing that you're cutting, then your foil facing down onto it, couple of sheets of the cardstock, then your magnetic shim, right? Then you're going to put your top plate, and I'm going to leave it. I'm just thinking I'm going to get foil on my plate. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to just turn it upside down the other way, right? So then I don't get foil on my base plate. And let's just put a bit of a shim behind there, right? So we've left that to warm up for about 35 seconds. I'm just going to give it a couple of extra seconds. The beauty with this is you cannot overheat it when you're just foiling a piece. So everything else, I'm going to tell you, with no exceptions, you must do what it says in the instructions, right? You must, if it says 10 seconds, don't think, oh, I'll give it 20, it'll just help it along. No, if it says 10, do 10, because you don't have a problem with over foiling. You only want foil where you planned for foil to be. So can you see there again, I'm popping it back, but I haven't plugged it right in, right? That's the trick. It's in place, but it's not plugged in. So when I lift this out, and these were my extra little shims, 1, 2, look, I'm trying to keep myself nice and organised, right? Then we lift this off, right? And you can see that has foiled beautifully. Isn't that lovely? I'll show you it to the close-up one there. That looks absolutely fantastic. So look what we can do. We can foil with our foil and dies. We can foil our regular dies, or, where is me one that I did? Or we can actually do it where we foil the outside. Now this is brilliant for colouring. I'm going to do one of my big dies and we're going to colour it in. Should I do that now? Let's have a look. Have I got a piece of, I should have loads of Nina under here, right? Yes, I'll get a piece of Nina. I've got one of my lovely, so I plug that back in. Got one of our lovely creator cards, right? So let's have a look. What if we were making our own foiled colouring pages that we can then colour, and you could colour them with your metallic pens, which is the masterclass on Wednesday, by the way. Oh yes, it's good. We've got everything here, right? So I'm using my Nina, so the alcohol pen colouring card. Just waiting for this. I'm just waiting for it to go green. Let's have a think. Oh, should we do it in a nice silver? This is like a snowflake silver. So have a look at all the foils on the website. What did you say they were, Joe? Two for £6 or $7?
£2 for £6 or $7 across the foils on the website. So great day to get yourself stocked up. They're usually $3.99 each, so that's a really good. So buy one get one half price is what you're looking at there, which is great value.
Right, I'm going to have a look here. So there's the beep. We're ready to go. 300 GSM cardstock, large one, 30 seconds. So I'm going to take this down to 30, right? Pop my die on and then start the countdown. And all I do is put this on. So bear in mind, this is a die, not a foiling die, right? So this is what you've probably got hundreds of at home anyway. And this is what I say, right? For £99 or $139, think of all the money you've spent on all of those dies. Now, all of those dies can become foiling dies with the addition of the machine. Plus, you get the machine today, you're getting, what, £77 worth or whatever, so it's well over $100 worth of extras thrown in with your machine. There we go. So you can get started with foiling. What I would say is, if you own a Gemini, there is no reason, if you don't already have a foiling machine, why you can't pick up this technique and work with it straight away. Now look at that, I've just added a couple of extra shims of cardstock. That's just because dies are a little bit thinner generally than the foiling dies. So just a couple of extra bits of cardstock, and all of this stuff you'll learn. Obviously it's great for me to be able to do this masterclass, but Craig is one of our other teachers here. A load of you know Craig. He's a huge fan of the foil press. He does loads and loads of work with the foil press. So look at this, right? So when I peel this back now, we've got that beautiful, all over there it is. Have a look on the close-up, right? So we can do all of our own colouring into this. And then also, who was asking about the waist?
It was Laura was asking about the waist.
Was asking about the waist. Let me show you how you should be using these, right? Pop them together, then you pick it up, and then they will stay like that until you open them, right? So the idea is the little magnets in here. So you pop them together, then the magnet will pick it up, and then you can take it. You actually get like a nice little foil cooling plate, so you can sit on its little foil cooling plate. So that's that one. I'm going to take this now, all right? I'm going to pop the piece of cardstock down, and then we're going to foil. Basically, it's the like the non-shiny side, the one that's not very exciting, that you place on here, right? We're going to take a couple of shims. Let's have a look, I've got a folded over piece of card here. I'm going to pop these down 35 seconds, we said, so start the countdown on 35 seconds. The extra thing that you need when you are foiling your waist is a, can you see, a magnetic. So you're going to let it go for about 30 to 40 seconds-ish. Because it's a large piece of foil, I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. So I've put 35, now let's give it a couple of seconds longer. Do not worry at all about leaving it too long when you're foiling your excess. You only need to worry about the timing when you're following the instructions. And I know all this sounds very complicated at the moment, but don't listen to me. Listen to a lot of the people who are commenting, because I've been reading the comments and people are saying, oh, I've got my foil press. I absolutely love it. This is brilliant.
Sarah, when you're using extra shims, you're using matte black cardstock for the extra shims. Is there a sort of rule about using how much to use, what sort of weight, or is it just a bit trial and error?
Yeah, just a little bit of trial and error.
So Lynn Harvey's asking that.
Yeah, I just happened to have some matte black cardstock there in front of me, which is why I used that one. Then I didn't have 2 sheets of matte black, so I just picked up a folded in half piece of Centura. You can just use a bit of copy paper if you want. You just need more sheets of it. So no, there's no hard fast rule of thumb. You'll just learn your machine. You'll start to get a bit of a feel for it, right?
Fabulous.
So this has now transferred, which means when I peel this off, can you see, I should have maybe left that another couple of seconds because I've got a couple of little bits, because it was a large area, but either way, I mean, that looks pretty good. And you've got that, I think if I show you it really close up, you can see how we've got there you can see the design on there as well. And it just makes you a really nice all over background. So what I'd be doing from here is I'd be taking this So I guess the lesson out there is if you want an all-over, full-on background, probably, if you with something like this, I would say probably give it maybe it's a minute, right? I'll give that about 40 seconds then because it was an all-over sheet of background. But I think that looks pretty good, that. And then let's put this one. Let's have a look. I'm going to keep all the stuff that we make, Joe, and then we can look back at the end of the masterclass and have a look at what we've learned. So so far we've done how to do some basic. Can you see? So we've done the basic. The principles of foiling.
I mean, the basic looks pretty amazing, Sarah. So you're calling it basic. It doesn't look basic to me.
That's your starting point. We've learned how to foil our own words. So we've either done the beautiful there or, let's have a look, I'll keep everything nice and tidy together. We've done the beautiful onto our own cardstock. So you've got the two options there on how you would foil your own dies, yeah? And then we've done our own background card using the stamps that we have. I'm going far too far away here, aren't I? There's your own background pieces with the stuff that we've got. That is using the leftover foil waste. So there we go. We've covered, what, 4 or 5 techniques. In the first 20 minutes or so, I'm on fire. I've got all sorts to show you. Right, let me just get tidied up a minute, Joe.
Absolutely. Whipping through those demonstrations. Remember, anything you want to know, anything that you want to see, even if you just let me know what your favourite technique is that you use with a foil press with. What do you love to foil onto? I know there's so many different things that you can. I want to whiz you again, firstly, through the deal on the foil press. You are getting so much included. £99.99 is what you'd normally pay just for what comes with this as standard, and I'll show you what that is. That is the platform and the base of the unit itself, the magnetic plate and the heat resistant plate. One of the foils, we usually give you 2 bonus dies, but we don't include that in the value, but you would get those 2 included, and you would get the mat, the squeezers as I call them, the tweezers as well, and of course that really comprehensive, clear, concise, easy to understand user manual would all come included normally. What you wouldn't then get, in the UK you're going to get the DVD. In the US we can give you access to all of this content. We'll just do that via email because obviously because of regions and stuff the DVD just wouldn't work where you are. So the US details are there on the screen for you. Now, what we're also going to give you are a couple of extra dies. So you're going to get one of our beautiful border dies. Now, it could be this gorgeous confetti one that you see here. It might be one of the other ones. Plot twist, they're all fabulous. So whichever one you get, you're going to love it. You've also got as well a radiating foil stamp and cut die. I finally said that right for one of the first times ever. They confused me, these ones. But what they do give you is something beautiful, and then you can use a die to cut it out. And then we're also going to give you a couple of extra foils as well. So here I've got the rose gold and the silver shimmer. You'll get 2 foils included too. Now, if you're in the UK, you're looking at an extra £77 worth of value, because not only do we get that, whether you're in the UK or the US, everyone is going to get the carry case. Now, the carry case is normally $29.99 on its own. So take the value of all the extras that you're getting off of the cost of the foil press. Do you know what you're paying for your foil press today? £22. That is what you're paying for the foil press if you pay for all the other items. That is why so much of the stock is gone. That is why it is so incredibly busy. So many of you watch these shows back after the hour as well. I'll tell you what I've got here I'd like to show you as well. I've just got these boards here just to give you a quick idea of all of the things that you can foil onto, because I was absolutely blown away. As you'll see, we've got things like denim, cotton fabric, faux leather, glitter material. You've got vellum here, craft metal, ribbon, acetate that you can foil onto. And then this one here, you've got your black card, Centura, craft card, pattern paper and card, mirror card, watercolour card, black card with Spectrum Noir metallic inks, and also glitter card as well. You can foil onto all of these things and so many more. There's even fabrics, Hessian, ribbons that you can foil onto. There's so much that you can do with the machine. And what it does is, I think it gives your, any project that you put through the foil machine, it just gives it a real touch of elegance and class. And when you have as little elegance and class as I do, you need all you can get, let me assure you. Now, loads of you, I know tens of thousands of you already own the foil press. So we wanted to do something for you guys as well. And what we've done is put together a fabulous mystery bag for you. Now, in here, so much. A quarter of the stock of the mystery bag has gone. You're all going to get a background die within here. So you can see here, you've got the baubles. Now, I'm pretty sure in saying that in the UK, this will be £24.99 for this foil stamp die alone. So it's basically like you're paying for this, and we're going to give you everything else free of charge. So you've also got one of our beautiful frames here. So this is the Biarritz frame. Of course, which one you get may differ, but you will get this value. You've also got the border and corner die here as well. Now this is the Biarritz one also, gorgeous. These are great because you can use them for making frames. They make great flourishes as well. You're also going to get another die. This is a Glistening Branches has come included in this one. You're going to get one of our gorgeous sentiment dies as well. This is the one that you just saw Sara using, I believe, the Silent Night one. So that could be coming included. And you're then going to get 2 foils as well. Now this one is the rose gold and the cerise that I've got here. Obviously the contents will vary. So that there is what you're getting. £25 or $30 is what it's costing you. However, you have got £90 or $90 worth of value within there. You're basically getting 3 times the amount of value that you're spending, which is phenomenal. Now, the creator cards, foil, stamp and cut. These ones just here, I'm guessing we're going to. So in here, what you're getting are 4 different dies, and this will be, will give you the different sort of finish you can see here. Now, the Baroque one is just gorgeous. The thing is about these that they are a one-pass wonder. If you are making to sell, I mean, you pop that through, pop a sentiment on there, and that is a gorgeous card which looks so, so professional. You're also going to get included this one just here. Now this is the, no, sorry, that's the Baroque one. The one that I just showed you was that was the Art Deco, that one there. That one's the Baroque. And you know what I say, if it ain't Baroque, don't fix it. Hey, this one here is the Art Nouveau that you can see here, that gorgeous foam. It's kind of delicate and dainty, this one, which is why I really love it. And this one here is the Fancy Florals. And again, look how simple that is. I know it's so effective, but that is a little bit of matting and layering, one piece of one-pass wonder with a die and then a sentiment on top, and it looks absolutely beautiful. If you want to go for those, $74.97, saving a quarter, we've also got as well the radiating dies for you, and these are beautiful. Again, these are stamp and cut, so you foil it first and then you're going to cut it out afterwards. But look at the effect that you get. You're getting 4 of these and it works out £10 per set when you go for them in this configuration. So this one is the Love You. This one you've got here is the Happy Birthday. I love that these are all sentiments and sets that are going to get so much use when you have these at home. This one's fabulous, the Star. I'm seeing that used at Christmas, but not just Christmas, the whole way through. And then also you're going to get as well Thank You, which is gorgeous. How many people will be sending thank you cards at the moment? Thank you for ringing, thank you for thinking of me, thanks for dropping my shopping round. You know, anything that you want to send a thank you card for, this will be great. And I think we'll be sending lots of thank you cards when all this is over. £40, you're saving 30% there. Do you know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to put my neck on the line. I'm going to say, I know there's great deals in the show. I'm going to say that's my pick of the show. I love those, and I think they're such great value at £10 each or $55 to get you all of them. Now, how about personalisation? How about doing wedding stationery? How about personalising projects? Because personalisation adds pennies. And these are great, not just for card projects. These are also amazing for home decor projects as well. If you want to create things like box frames with these, they look gorgeous. £85 or $115 gets you the entire collection of this, but you could be creating things like this. How beautiful is that? And very easy to put together. That's a box frame, a few fairy lights, and then our foil stamp dies and stamps. Again, great as well if you've gone for any of our colouring products recently, you can get those involved with these, because what you're getting is you're actually getting the foil stamp itself and then the little overlay stamp to stamp on the top. They're really gorgeous, always so busy when we bring them to you. Best way to get the best value is to go for all of it. If you do want to cherry pick though, there are some other deals where you can get a few of them as well, over 35% off on that. Now, some swirls and flourishes for you. This is a great collection. This is the Crafts Companion Swirls Bumper Pack, Vintage Vines, Fanciful Flourish, Nature's Vines and Sheena's Bird Branch, £26 or $35. That's a 35% saving.
I asked for this one, Joe, because these are brilliant for foiling with. Even though they're dies.
Because they're not a foil stamp die, are they?
They're not a foil stamp die, they're just regular dies, but I asked for them to put me all the swirls and flourishes you would possibly need. I'm going to use them next.
I did tell you there was more deals coming in this show, didn't I? This show is jam-packed full of deals. Can you believe the price on this? Are you kidding me? £3. £3 per die. Johnny's double checked it apparently. I think we better triple check it, Johnny, because it doesn't sound right to me. Does it sound right to you, Sarah?
Well, that's what I told them. I said I want swirls and I want words. Do me some words and they've got to be an awesome deal.
Well, that is an awesome deal. It really is. £18 or $30 gets you this. I want to just remind you quickly about the mystery bag. I'm not going to go through it again, but 30% of the stock here has gone. We are on our way to a third of the stock of that being sold out. Definitely grab it sooner rather than later. You've got so much value in there. £90 or $90 coming to you for £25 or $30. Please keep continuing to get anything you want to know into the comments. I'll do my best to get those questions over to Sarah. Also, we'd love it if you wanted to share with us some pictures of some of the things you've made using your foil press. You can do that really easily and simply by emailing us studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Details are just there along the bottom of the screen. Loads of you got us on the big telly. Now that always makes us happy, doesn't it, Sarah?
Oh, it always makes us happy. I tell you what, Joe, you look awesome on my 75-inch big screen. Simon treated himself to a new TV last year. The kids are like, when Joe's on. Especially when he had that chicky costume on. They were like, wow, he's a big chicken.
I was a big chicken in here, let alone on your telly.
That was brilliant. Right, so I thought I've shown you the basics. Let me show you the foil Stampin' Cuts. Now, we've obviously got some extra bundles, but you've got one in with your starter pack. You'll have got one when you bought your machine, if not, and you'll absolutely be getting one in the goodie bag. So this is the one that happened to be in my goodie bag, okay? So what I'm going to do, when you're using the Stampin' Cut, and you'll know they're different because they're a different colour. So let me just show you. This here is a regular foil stamp. This is a foil Stampin' Cut. So any that are this colour are going to cut and foil at the same time. So I'm going to pop my machine in to be warming up. Ready to go. It does heat pretty quickly once you've got it to temperature. Foil Stampin' Cut, you need to add this little plate on as an extra, right? And it just fits over the whole of the base of the machine there. Now, when we look in the instruction booklet, can you see, I did say, first of all, we'd look at foil stamp dies, which was this grid here. Then this next grid, if I just block out everything else, is the foil Stampin' Cut, right? So I'm going to use this for the foil Stampin' Cut. And I thought, let's go whole hog. Let's do it onto a bit of glitter card. I love a bit of glitter card. Now, glitter card is not on here, right? However, looking at this, similar thickness, it's a coated card, so very similar to a mirror card, right? So it tells me I'm going to go kind of a medium-sized die, 45 seconds if I'm on mirror card. Can you see that there? 45, I'll lift it up a little bit further, right? 45 seconds if we're on mirror card. Because it's glitter, I'm going to give it a little bit longer, so I'm going to give it about a minute, right? So there's a minute. Oh, hang on, don't put that on. Right. I hadn't started. Right, so it's doing a minute countdown. Now, I'm going to do my glitter card, and I thought, let's do a bit of gold. Now, let me show you in the foils, we have, this is your regular gold, right? We have loads of different types of gold. This is your rose gold. So the rose gold happened to be in my, my goodie bag that I was trying. We have the gold shimmer. So it's a different type of gold altogether. Can you see? Oh, I do like that. So you can see all of the different bits. Now, you can get any two for £6 or $7. However, I know a lot of the foils are limited quantity, because I asked if we could do a big bumper pack of foils, and they said no, because some of them we're getting fairly limited quantities on, and then we would have sold out of the goodie bag, the bumper pack, like halfway into the show, which I knew would have been no good, although it sounds like the goodie bag may go out at that rate. So yes, so just be warned that if there's a colour you want, go and get it. Right, there's my beep. So we put our foil on. Always the side that you want to show on your card goes face down. It's the opposite to what you would think, right? Then your cardstock goes face down on there. Just make sure we're covering over. Because it's a Stampin' Cut, you then need to put your metal shim and then your top plate. So that's the extra, is you put the metal on the bottom and you use your metal shim out of the Gemini on the top, right? So it sandwiches between two. So the metal shim at the bottom lifts it up a little bit, and because you want a nice crisp cut, you're going to cut into that metal sheet. There we go. So lift all of these off. So you can see there, they have all, this is all cut out, right? So this, actually, I would keep this, because this is, we're going to use this for some extra pieces of foil later. Even though it's been through the machine, you can still use it. So we'll do a little bit of foiling onto ribbon next, and we can use some of them little scraps. Nothing is wasted, right? Now, when we peel this off, can you see? It gives you the absolute perfect transfer. Now, bear in mind, this is onto glitter card. Let's have it with the white in the background, then you can really appreciate it. This is onto glitter card, and every piece of that is transferred perfectly. And I just did, because it didn't have specifically glitter card in the instruction booklet, I just gave it a little bit longer. Now, who was it who was asking about foiling wasters again? I'm going to show you it about half a dozen times in the show, so that then you can, if you didn't learn it the first time, you can learn it the second time, right? So your foil goes face down. So what you want to be with the coloured side goes face down onto the base, right? We're going to get just another little scrap of card. I'll just foil it onto some base black card. And we're going to give it a roundabout, come on. Oh, we're not at temperature because we're not plugged in, right? So there we go. Go on, yes.
Carol's asking, if you've cut that, can you run foiled elements through your Xyron? Is there anything to stop you putting it through?
Oh no, that would be absolutely brilliant.
Fantastic.
Like that lovely Beautiful that we did, that would go fantastically well through your Xyron, Carol, because it's a lovely detailed cut like that. So wonderful. That's going to go through the Xyron and stick down beautifully. I love this. I just think that looks fantastic. Just shows you the two different ways. That's why I asked for these word stamps on a ridiculously good deal. And I'll show you why I wanted the swirls next, because they are absolutely not, I've got my pointy finger out. That's a deal not to be missed, okay? So, just 2 shims of cardstock. So I've just used a folded over in half sheet of card, just as a bit of extra support. You do need your magnetic in, right? So your magnetic goes on there as an extra. By the way, this foil masterclass we are absolutely going to keep on Crafters TV, right? So if you are buying the foil press today, what I would recommend is get your foil press, get it home, open it out the box. Look what I've got. All I've got is a couple of bits of me foil, the stuff that came in the goodie bag, a few of me dies that are kicking around at home, and a bit of black card. You sit down in front of the TV with the 2-hour masterclass that I've just done, and you sit and do it with me at the same time. You can fast forward through all the bits of Joe where Joe's chit-chatting, right? And you can come and do all the bits of my masterclass, and you can, because I think once you sit and do it with me, you'll learn, which is why I didn't want to do too many cards and here's one I prepared earlier and all of this. I wanted to literally go, here's all the stuff, let's go. If there's questions you've got, so I know a lot of you out there will be thinking about getting the machine. There's my beep, by the way. Thinking about getting the machine and just not knowing where to start. This is where you start.
Also, who was it? Oh, I had it here a moment ago. Jen saying, will you show how to foil onto ribbon at some point in this show?
Let's do that next.
Wonderful. I just need to let you know as well, because obviously there's a US and a UK version of the machine, obviously plugs and voltage and stuff like that. There's 2 sort of separate stock levels. Of the stock across the whole site in the USA, 15% of the stock has gone. Now obviously when it's a machine like this, we don't just secure a bit of stock for these shows, it's the whole website stock. So if you're in the US, it's very busy there. That looks gorgeous.
Doesn't it? And that was the waste from the frame that we did. That was the waste. And this is from the goodie bag. And actually, the goodie bag, by the time you've bought a foil stamp and cut, and maybe it's the words, it's paid for itself. Everything else in the goodie bag, just take it as being free, right? Now, I did say I've got one of those swirls open. So let's get this popped in here. Let's do some foiling onto ribbon. Let's foil these swirls onto ribbon, right? And let's use that lovely cerise. Have you got a little bit of glue on there? No, we're okay, right? Oh, let's use our scraps. Should we use our scraps? Perfect, right? So, ribbon. Ribbon. Where for out that ribbon? Here it is, right? Oh, should get a nice bit of blue. Will look nice with that gold, won't it? Right. Little bit of blue. Now you could be foiling, just think of how many lovely word sentiments you've got, right? They would all be looking lovely. So they're just getting heated up. I'm going to get my swirls and I'm going to use my scraps that were left over. So scraps of ribbon, scraps of foil, and all you need to make sure is, and these are dies. These are not foiling dies. These are regular dies from that lovely swirls collection, right? So if I pop these on here, oh, look, I'm doing this and I haven't read how long we need it to be. So let's have a look. So if we're going on to satin ribbon, right? Obviously you can only do it with small or medium dies because ribbon's not big enough. 10 seconds, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, I would say they class between kind of small and medium. So let's go for 7, right? We're going to lie them on 1, 2, there we go. Start the countdown. And I'm actually going to start lying down all of my foil here, because otherwise we'd probably run out of time. Yep, there we go. That's why I started early. Going to lie the ribbon down. Little shim of cardstock just to protect my top plate. Top plate, oh crikey Sarah, I should have been more organised, because this is why I only set it to a few seconds, because if it says 10 seconds, you only need 10 seconds, right? What might happen if you leave it longer is you'll get a bit of over foiling, which is just when you get extra foil that you don't want it. Now, one of the reasons our foiling machine is so awesome, because I know there's other foiling machines out there on the market, right? There's many reasons why our foil machine is so awesome, but one of the main ones is the fact that all over this background here, let me just take my swirls and move them off, right? This whole background plate is covered in sensors and heat sensors, so that it is exactly the same temperature here as what it is here, as what it is right down there. The whole plate is exactly the same temperature, and that takes a lot of doing. It means that it's literally wired all the way in here. So what you need to do is, you're not worrying about is there a hot spot somewhere. And what other machines have had to do is, there's hot spots certain places, which means that people have had to allow for that by adding extra shims or accepting you get a bit of overfoiling. If you do exactly what the instruction booklet says, you will never get any overfoiling. Now look at this. I'm using up my scraps here, and we've just foiled that ribbon. Now, yes, mine's not exactly in the centre, but you know what? That's not bad for me working back to front upside down live on TV. When you do it at home, you're going to take your time and get it perfect. Doesn't that look really, really good? Now, the reason I asked for some swirls as well is because the swirls look fabulous when you foil them. So if I just get, I had a nice little scrapper card that I cut into before. Let's have a cut of these on our Gemini, all right? So a couple of these swirls, I'm just going to cut them out, send them through, let's have a look, I'll send them through my Gemini, send them through this way. So you've got my base plate, you're going to have your clear shim, we're going to have our magnetic, and then your top plate. And we're going to cut out a couple of the swirls, and then we're going to cut them out, and then we're going to foil the swirls. So let's do them in that lovely, I do like this silver snowflake. These will be the ones that are first to go, by the way, all the nice holographic-y finish ones. So
Rhonda's asking, Sarah,
yes?
Can you use the multi-foil on card?
Right, so you absolutely can, right? So that we have two types of foil, papercraft foil and multi-purpose foil. Now, multi-purpose foil is really only for very special types of fabric, like real 100% cotton, or if you are using it on like denim and things like that. But you can then use it on your regular papercraft projects as well. So yes, you can do that. Right. So if I just cut a little piece of the silver foil, right? So we're going to put this in. We're going to set this up to about 35 seconds. 29, 31, 32, 33, 45. Right, start that. Right, so I'm going to take my swirls and I'm going to put them onto here. And these make swirly backgrounds, right? So you can foil all of your swirled pieces. So we've got that there ready. I'm going to just pop the excess piece of card in. Oh, no wonder it's got a little bit of foil on there. Just going to pop that excess sheet of card just to protect the surface. Put this over. You will then have your, when you're foiling your waste, remember, or it's not waste, basically, do you know what the rule of thumb is? If you don't have any metal in, right? So if you don't have any metal in here and you're just foiling the paper directly, then you just need to make up for it. So if you think about it, a piece of metal is about the size of a couple of pieces of cardstock, which is why I've put a couple of pieces of cardstock in, plus your magnetic shim, just because you need plenty of pressure, all right? So there we go, send this through, and we're going to have some beautiful foiled pieces. And then I thought I could show you, seeing as we've just done the stamp and cut ones, I can show you how those big foil stamp and cut ones work as well, because it's exactly the same technique. So here we go, feels like I've got loads to show you. Right, so we peel this off the background here, right? So that is essentially, that's the carrier sheet. So that carrier sheet now that's sorted. Let's keep tidy here, Sarah, right? There's our ribbon. Those go in the bin, right? And then when I lift these off, you get these beautiful foiled swirls. Now these could be anything. These could be mount board that you've cut out. They could be bits of chipboard, but don't they make wonderful foiled swirled pieces to decorate your cards with? And then actually, this is really nice. So what I would be doing is I would be designing the base of my card, putting my foil swirls all around, foiling the whole thing like this, peeling my swirls off. My swirls will end up foiled, ready to use on a project, and I'll have this lovely background that's been foiled as well. So it just shows you a little bit more that you can do with it. Right, so I'll pop them there, and I'll just tidy this bit down, and I'm going to go and do one of them background cuts.
Sounds fabulous. Loads of you still commenting along, loads of questions coming in, loads of suggestions for things that you want to see. We'll get through them all in the next hour or so. Mary Kendrick says, Sara and Joe, you are my favourites. I am an older lady that tries to craft, but it's complicated to me anyway, but love watching you craft so much. Keep well. My grandchildren live miles away. I miss them very much, but it's lovely to be able to watch you too. How sweet is that from Mary? You really have, Mary. Wanda saying, thank you so much for answering my question. That really helps a lot. Oh, Jan, you know our lovely Jan that watches from Italy all the time?
I do.
In Ravello. She says that she foiled the napkins for her parents. I had to get this right and reread it, but it was parents' 60th wedding anniversary.
Oh, wow.
Jan, that's so great. We'd love to see pictures, wouldn't we?
I would love to see some. In fact, anybody who's got any pictures, get them sent to us at the studio email address.
Absolutely.
Because we'd love to see them.
studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. We'd love to see a pic, especially yours, Jan. Now, I need to give you a reminder of what's going on. The mystery bag, as I said earlier, 30% had gone. A third of the stock here has now sold out and gone. There are so many of you in the ordering process at the moment buying this. Who knows how long this will last. What I would say is if you're watching this show back afterwards, as you know, tens of thousands of you watch the shows back compared to the amount of people that are watching it at the time, definitely check the stock on the website to see how we're doing on this mystery bag, because it's very, very busy. Now, you're going to get one of the background dies, foil stamp dies included. The background foil stamp die, pretty sure that this sold for £24.99 when we sold this in the UK. You're only paying £25 for the whole bag. So you've got the value right there. Then what we've got some more dies. So you've got this one here. You've got a border and corner. So you'll get one of these. This is a Biarritz border and corner that you're watching. You've got in here at the moment. You're going to get one of the frames. In this bag, you've got the Biarritz frame, but you will get some type of frame. These are beautiful, and I know that you've seen Sara demonstrate these already. And this is the Expressions Silent Night here. It just gives you a really, really lovely. I like the size of these. So of course, great for cards, but great for a whole host of different things. Now, we've also got as well more dies in here for you. So this one is from the Enchanted Christmas. This is glistening branches that you've got in here. And then what you're also going to get is a couple of foils too. Now, in this one, we've got the rose gold and the cerise. Obviously, the ones you get depends on the bag that you get. But what all of you are going to get is at least, as a bare minimum, £90 or $90 worth of value. £25 if you're in the UK, $30 if you are in the US. Now, we must come back to the foil press. I think if you're sat on the fence with the foil press, I'd say definitely go across to our website and have a look at all the reviews that are there, because like-minded crafters just like you, what you had to say about it. It's all on there for you. And I know so many people love this. As I said, in the US, the stock in the USA, a fifth of the stock has gone. To give you some idea, that's not like, so like the mystery bags, for instance, we've put those together, especially for our Crafters TV shows. They are for our superfans here on Crafters TV. When we bring you an item like the Foilpress or a Gemini machine or any of our core items, that's not the stock for this show. That is a site-wide stock. So it's the stock from the whole site. 20% of it has sold out and gone. You'll still be able to buy the Gemini afterwards, but what you won't get is you won't get the carry case. Now, the carry case is worth $29.99 in the UK. You won't get the bonus dies. In here at the moment, what you're going to get is you're going to get one of our gorgeous, let me pop that down. I've got so many goodies, I don't need to put anything. You've got one of the border dies here. You're also going to get one of the foil stamp and cut dies included as well. You're going to get a couple of the foils included, and that's in addition to the foil and the dies that you already get in the box. If you're in the UK, we're going to send you the DVD. We can still give you all the content of the DVD if you're in the US. We'll just do that via email because obviously it's regions and things. We want to make sure that it would work for you. So all of that. The extras, it should be $99.99. The extras are worth £77. However, the value that we don't include are these 2 extra dies that come in the box. So by the time you added the value of those in as well, you're pretty much saving about the same amount that you are spending. That is how good the deal is. I think if you've sat on the fence and you've thought about going for the Foilpress for a while, I haven't seen a deal better than this on the Foilpress. So I think today is the day. That's why so many of you are jumping on the website and getting this. And remember, if you want to watch and shop at the same time, it's really easy to do that. You can do it on our website, crafterscompanion.wherever you are. So .co.uk if you're here in the UK, .com if you're in the US, .eu if you're anywhere else in Europe. And also our Club Inspire members. Are you a member of Club Inspire? If you said no, then I'm going to be sad because it's totally free to join. But if you are a member of Club Inspire, then what you can do is you can use that discount that you already get from Club Inspire. You could use that on here. So some of our members might be getting an extra 20% off this. And it really shows you know the value you've got. I know, that makes Sarah really nervous when I said that. Because, you know, some of our members could be getting this for what, £80 in the UK. I know.
There's £77 worth of freebies in with it.
Absolutely.
I had not, when I signed off this deal, I had not thought about the fact that people had club discounts.
So it's happened now, it's done, it's out there in the world, so we're going to have to honour it. Now I want to just remind you of some of the other dies that we've got on the show. Don't forget about the mystery bag. Let's go for the creator cards. Just to show you the size of these as well, they are big, guys. They're 4 inches by 6 inches, these. So it's a really good size. If you batch make cards for friends and family, if you batch make cards to sell, whether that's to sell for your own fund your own crafting habit, or it's for charity, these are great because look, how long does it take for something to go through your machine? Let's say 9 seconds to go through, and that's what you've got. Look at that, it is gorgeous. And it means that, you know, if you're batch making, how long is that going to take you? No time at all, but yet it looks absolutely phenomenal. So this one here, this one is the Art Deco one. This one here is they are just so bling-alicious, that's why I love them. This one here is the fancy florals. This one here that you've got, that one is which one is that? That one is, it's not the butterflies, is it? It's the Art Nouveau. You're going to get all of them. And then this one is the butterfly one. So this is the Baroque one, sorry, excuse me. I made that really easy, didn't I? You're going to get Baroque, butterflies and blooms, Art Deco and Art Nouveau. Do you know what one I called? I called this the garden one. This was the butterfly and blooms. Anyway, I'm glad we get there. You get them all, so you don't need to worry. It's not like you're having to choose. $74.97 or $89.97 if you're in the UK or the US. And also, don't forget about the radiating ones as well. They're very busy. We've got that Flourishes one on the website, Swirls collection on the website. Also, don't forget, I've just heard how many of you are shopping ahead for the Craft Vault. Lots of items in the Craft Vault, very, very very busy. That will be coming up at the end of this hour. However, if you want to shop ahead, you can do that now on the website. Click into the masterclass, shop the show, and then you'll see all the Craft Vault products are tagged with the Craft Vault logo. Please get your pictures into us as well. Oh, Jen's just said I have a nice smile with his compliments. You smiled me, Jen. Any pictures that you've got, get them into us as well. We'd love to see them, and any questions whatsoever. That's what these masterclasses are about. It's truly interactive. It's about you learning all about these fabulous products. But I can see that Sara's ready, so I'm going to hand you back over.
Right, so I've been having a look at what you've been asking. We're going to do more on the foil stamp and cut. We're going to have a go on to acetate next, and we're going to have a go on to leather, right? So I'll do all of that in this next little bit before I make too much of a mess. Right, so remember, foil stamp and cut, you need this extra plate. Right on cue, right? So the extra plate goes on there, right? Now, foil stamp and cut, we're in this part here. What am I going to foil onto? I thought we'd have a go on a bit of craft card, right? And then let's do a bit of inking onto it as well. So it's about 300 gram this, and this is a large die, so we want a minute. So I just go up on the 1 to a minute, right? You put your die on, and we press the start button on that. Now, let's have a look. Should we foil the gold onto here? Oh, I'm just absolutely in love with this gold. What I would say is, guys, while we have the foils, I can't promise. I've just been having a look at how many of you have got which colour foils. This is one of the most popular, the gold shimmer one. The thing is, at that price, 2 for £6 or 2 for $7. I mean, look, I just have a nice little basket of all my foils ready to go. And there is the two types. There's the papercraft and multi-surface. So if you're going for the papercraft, we shouldn't really have called it papercraft and multi-surface. We should have called the multi-purpose. What do we call it? Multi-surface, right? We should have called that natural, anything that's not man-made. So natural leather, natural denim, 100% cotton fabric. Anything that is like that, you need the multi-surface foil for. Everything else, including man-made materials, you are just going to use your regular papercraft foil for. So the nice shiny side always goes face down, right? Face down. Then you pop your cardstock on. And then because this is, we're cutting metal into metal, you add your metal plate. Look, I've got all sorts everywhere, right? Metal plate goes on, then the top plate goes on. Now, I did promise you, I'd explain to my little tips, I always just pull this. Do you see, I never like yank it up. I'll show you that again when we're on wide space. Oh, there we go, to doing the cut. So I'll show it. Because the sensors in here are very sensitive, and essentially you'll never need to buy another one of these bases. This base, once you've got it, that's like investing in your Gemini. Buying this plate is like investing in your Gemini plates. The more you look after it, the less likely you are to need to buy another one at some point, right? But when I have it on, I just pop it on and then slide it in, right? And then when I'm ready to lift it out, so if I just bring this here, right, I slide it out. So I don't lift it up, I just slide it like this. Yep, and you can see there the sensors. What a lovely shot. We can slide our sensors in and we're in, or we can slide it out. We don't lift it up like this once it's engaged in the sensors, right? So you go there, Di. You sit out because we're not using you at the moment. Pop that on. Right, you can see there where it's done all of the cutting. Yep, so we can see it's cut all of the little pieces out. That's because it's a stamp and cut die. So just as you would with your dies, you can sit and weed all these little pieces and it'll cut all the detail. Now these are lovely because there's different dies in the collection with this one. Look, you can have a look from the top as well if you want. They are lovely to do your apertures. Like I love creator cards are my favourite type of dies that we do because I'm an instant gratification type girl. So I like it to be finished quite quickly. I like to be able to make a really quick and easy card if I need to. And these are the equivalent of creator cards, but in the foil. So it does the foiling, the embossing, the cutting all in one pass through the machine, right? So do all of your weeding of your die, and then all we're going to do is we're going to peel that, and you can see you get that gorgeous look at that. Doesn't that just look absolutely outstanding? And on craft card especially. And then what I thought we could do is Before I go making a mess, I'll just check, yes, I've got baby wipes underneath here, right? So what we can do is pick up some ink onto here and then colour. And can you see the foil resists? Oh yes, I do like this, Joe. So the foil is going to resist all of your colour, and you can do all of your coloration. So I've got a little bit, that's just a bit of pink tulip, and then I'm going to mix that with a little bit, actually, look at that, I thought that was a bit dark. That's pink tulip, and that's me plum jam. I thought that seemed very dark.
Oh, don't get your tulip in your jam. You'll end up with jammy tulip. You never want that. And if you want to go for the water reactive ink pads, we've got a fabulous deal for you on the show today. You can get it's a 25-piece collection of not only the ink pads, but also the blending tools as well. You can get all of that for £100. Details are on your screens there at the moment. And also, if you want to see a masterclass from the water reactive ink pads, and you can go back, I think it was 2 weeks ago on Monday.
I think it was,
pretty much 2 weeks to the day as well. So if you go for them now, all of that education is still there for you on the website, so don't miss out on those.
Love that, Joe. Absolutely, I'm struggling to stay in your shot there. But doesn't that look absolutely brilliant? And you can see you've got the gorgeous colours there, right? So that is how you can do your stamp, your foil, stamp and cut, and then you can do your inking as well, right? So a little bit of a baby wipe, right? We said acetate, didn't we? I'll do acetate next.
Oh yes,
right.
Someone was actually just asking a moment ago, can you foil onto acetate?
Oh, you can foil onto all sorts, Joe. If you can get it through the machine, you can pretty much foil onto it.
Shadai is saying that she is absolutely loving all the extra shows that we're bringing us, but she's a bit concerned what's going to happen after lockdown, because she's loved seeing us here so much.
Oh, I know.
What are we going to do?
I just don't feel like we can go anywhere, Joe. Can we not? We've got to keep going. If everybody's loving these extra shows, we'll just keep doing extra shows. We'll just make it work.
There you are.
Space.
Watch this space, Shadai, is what I would say.
It's been brilliant for me because obviously I haven't been travelling. So usually I have to go over to America. Actually, I should have been starting to film the next series of Dragon's Den this week. So I wouldn't have been around at all. I would have been down in Manchester filming for Dragons. So it's quite nice to be here. Right, I'm going to do the beautiful Love Heart one, which I absolutely adore, onto acetate, right? So let's have a look in the booklet. We are using the foil and stamp die, so we don't need, because they're not cutting. Let's have a look. Oh, where have I put me? Here they are, right? So I'm going to pick this off here, put this down and plug you back in. So now you're going to heat up, right? So we're going to do it onto acetate, right? And I would say this is about a medium-sized die. So it tells me here, I'm going to go 15 seconds on the acetate. So it's all we need. It's a lot less than what you would think, okay? So you want 15 seconds on the acetate. I'm not at temperature yet though. Let me pop this back into shot. Can you see it's still red? So when you first plug it in, because I've been sitting with it off, you're going to get ready and you're going to put this on red. Do you know what I could do while that's going there, Joe? I've got some lovely, if I just walk out here, she's off. She's off. She gone? Right. I've got a couple of nice samples with these radiating foils, which I could just show you while we're waiting for that to heat up. So there is the butterfly. So basically, it's like an explosion right in front of you where it leaves a little bit mist off there. Oh, actually, I've picked up the samples. I haven't even picked up the samples from the radiating foil dies. I've only got one or two in there. That's the massive basket along here, Joe. Oh, my life, it is so heavy. Right, okay. Here we go. I'm coming. Here she comes.
Macaroons! Macaroons!
Oh, now it's ready. Right, let's have a look. I'll send it through and then I'll show you some more, right? So, onto here. 15 seconds. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
So for acetate, Sarah, is it heat-resistant acetate that you need to use? Can you use the normal stuff?
You can use the normal stuff as well. I'm using heat-resistant acetate. Yeah, it's hot, but it's not so hot that it's going to cause your acetate a problem, right? Okay. What I would say is just, we'll use that shim again, right? So we'll use the nice shim. You want that little bit of extra. You see I did a one with it earlier with the radiating one on there. You want that little bit of extra, like, oomph, as it was, because the acetate's so thin. Crikey, don't lose it, Sarah, right? So, hang on. So I think, let's have a look. Because I'm working upside down, I put 15 minutes, not 15 seconds. So we'll just assume that's been 15 seconds, guys. We are live here, no pressure or anything. Right, so I'll pop that on. And let's hope that I didn't do longer than 15 seconds. When you're at home, the great news is you can use yours the right way up. So at home, mine is on the top of my desk. And I actually have one of them desks, you know, where it's got a hole and the wires come up, so the wire comes out of the hole. But when I'm demonstrating, I always do this because usually the camera's coming in and looking at you, but we've got this brilliant overhead so you can see everything there. So there's my acetate, and then when I peel, oh my life, it's just perfect. How fantastic does that look? Let me just show you on a bit of white. Oh, sorry, you're going for the close-up. There we go.
Whoa.
Look at that. Look at that with just with a bit of white. Or should we have a look what it looks like with the black behind? Yes, there it is with the black, and that's with. I just used that happened to be the foil that was free in my mystery bag. That one, Joe.
Well, talking about the mystery bag, Sarah, 40% of the mystery bag has already sold out and gone. There's a lot of you in the checkout process at the moment as well. So it's very, very busy, considering a lot of you will watch this show back afterwards as well. Also, you know, we like to see the most sort of exotic places our viewers join us from.
Yes.
We've got a viewer in Bermuda today,
Oh,
Sarah.
Bermuda.
Yes, indeed. Marie is joining us from Bermuda. I would love to go to Bermuda. Have you seen the pigs that swim in the sea that live in Bermuda?
Pigs that swim in the sea?
Yeah, they've got sea pigs in Bermuda. They live on the beach and they swim in the sea. And you can go to Bermuda and swim in the sea with the sea pigs. Honestly. They might not let me out. I might get me confused. I'm very hairy.
Oh, bless him. Bless how he enjoys it. He's so canny. What are you going to do about haircuts? We've had COVID cuts all round in the Davies household this weekend.
I've trimmed the sides today. Yes, well, yesterday did the sides and the beard, so we'll see. I've ordered some thinning scissors, so hopefully they come, and then fingers crossed that, you know, maybe it'll only be a few more weeks, and hopefully we'll be able to get haircuts again. I did
the kids on Thursday. Oh man, I was only going to do the sides, and then I did the sides of our Olivers. And then it looked a bit, then I did our Charlie's, and I just did the sides of our Charlie's, we were looking all right. Then I decided Oliver's was too thick on the top, so I went back, I should have stopped there. Went back and tried to go through, all this was with Simon's beard clippers, by the way. Went back and tried to have a go, then we had a big patch, then it all had to come off. And then I sent a photo to my husband, and he was like,
it's very similar to, you know, Les Miserables, the new one. You know, when she shaves her hair off at that. It's quite a similar haircut, is what I was thinking. What's her name? Oh, the actress. Anne Hathaway, that's it, that bit, where she cuts her hair off.
Oh dear. Yeah,
that's what all of these COVID haircuts make me think of, that scene where she cuts her hair off to sell it. I don't know why.
Right, so I've just foiled the waist here in case you were wondering what I was doing. So there's my beautiful foiling onto acetate, which would go beautifully well in like a in like a nice frame or something. I'm going to peel off the excess because I really like this kind of ethereal look that you get. Oh, nice. Now, can you see I haven't quite left that long enough for it to completely transfer, but I do quite like this dotty effect. Quite like that. Do you want to have a little look on the close-up and we'll decide? Should we send that back through again, or do we quite like that? We quite like that feel, don't we? It's a little bit speckled, right? So the other option is you can just leave it on a little bit longer, so I can put that back in, all right? Put that back in. So because I think the rule of thumb is when you're just foiling a small area like this, it's absolutely fine to just give it like 35 seconds. When you're doing a bigger area, you want a bigger space. Now, let's do another one of them foil radiating dies on the we've done the hearts. Here we go, the butterfly. I really like the idea, because you know I've been into me bag making a lot, Joe, right? I love the idea of making the front of a bag and having a little aperture, and then in my little aperture, having something cut out, so I thought we'll have a go at cutting that, right?
Ooh.
So let's just assume that this was a bigger bit. I've got some, it's just faux leather this, and I'm going to cut this out. It's just imagine, right? Are you ready to go on through that?
I've got my bees confused. It's the Bahamas, not Bermuda, where they have the sea pigs.
Joe.
Oh, what am I like?
What
I know,
am I
Johnny's
like?
already booked his ticket now to Bermuda. I could come with you. I'll swim in the sea. I'll be your sea pig, Johnny. How about that? Oh, I snorted.
Hey, what are you like? Well, still, that would have been so funny if you'd gone to Bermuda, Joe. I would have absolutely cracked up, right? Right, hopefully that little bit longer, I'll get that transferred just nicely. Right, so I've got this here. So, if we're working on to red, it's going to have to be done again. I'm going to have to do the gold. I think I might try the rose gold this time. I think the gold onto red's going to look fabulous. Right, I've popped that in so that it stays warm. Yep, we know you're ready to go. And now, oh yes, that's transferred lovely now, right? So now when we peel this off, the difference is we get that lovely, there it is on the overhead, right? There it is on the close-up. You get that really subtle splash of the heart. Yep, isn't it just lovely? And that was the waist from this one here. That's just the waist part. So we've done some acetate. That looks great. Let's put, I'm keeping the little line going across the front. Then this, oh, it's quite pretty that. But that becomes waist. Or you can use it again, whenever you want, right? So let's have a look in the booklet. Or if you notice, all I'm doing every time, I can't remember all of this stuff. I've had 2 kids. Half my brain cells, in fact, more than half my brain cells have gone, right? I can't remember anything about foiling since the last time I touched the foil machine, which was over a month ago. But it doesn't matter because everything's in this page. All you need is this one page in here, right? So all I'm looking down saying, right, it's a foil stamp die. So I'm not doing the stamp and cut, I'm just going on the foil. So ignore the rest of the page, we're just looking at this chart here. I'm going to come down, we're going to do it on PU leather. Here it is. And I would say this is a medium-sized die. So the rule of thumb is, small is 1/3 of your plate, medium is 2/3, large would take up most of your plate. So that looks like it would take up about up to 1/3 of the plate. So I'm going to go with the middle size, which is 10 seconds. So if it's 10 seconds, I haven't got time to be putting this on to warm and then cutting my foil. I want to be getting my foil ready first. So worth thinking about that. If you know, you see, this is all the stuff we don't get a chance to explain when we're on TV. When I'm on HSN, they give me 6 minutes to demonstrate this machine. And I'm like, you cannot show anybody how you do it in 6 minutes. I mean, crikey, I'm doing a 2-hour masterclass here, and I could probably go all afternoon given the chance.
HSN goodies are arriving today, so
oh, wow.
very excited. There'll be loads of you in the US taking delivery of all of the products that you bought over on HSN. A lot of people saying how lovely it was to see you back on HSN as well, Sarah.
Do you know, it was brilliant to do the show, and it was brilliant to be able to do it from here. I was literally here. So it was the middle of the night. Bless them. Our producer Johnny had to come in to just make sure that someone could push buttons there. Let's have a look. Should I pop an extra shim on? Yeah, let's pop an extra shim on. Oh, sorry, you shouldn't be faffing about at this stage because it's only 10 seconds. Right, pop an extra shim on, pop this on. I hope we don't get any overfoiling. That's because I started chit-chatting. I was all going good till I started chit-chatting. Right, it was lovely to be able to do the show from here. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, so I did Suzanne Gets Crafty show. So 3 o'clock in the morning, I was in here, which I know there's a lot of you in California shouting now, that's what time we get up every morning to watch you, Sarah. But so it was lovely to get a little bit of a taste of it. At least you get to do it from the comfort of your own home, right? Oh, I am already super excited about how awesome this one's going to look, right? So on the leather, are you ready? And all we do is peel it off, and you've got that beautiful stick and that lovely sunburst of the butterfly. And then what you have got as well, if you want it, is in the set, you get the little butterfly. So you could actually go and die cut through the leather, and you could cut yourself a little hole. You imagine this was on the front of a bag, right? And you just do a little clutch purse, and you'd foiled all of the... Oh, this is it, Joe. This is me now. Little projects. This afternoon or tonight, I'm going to do some foiling. We're going to do, I think the radiating ones are particularly perfect onto leather and onto denim. Don't know if you saw me. I did a one, I cut an old pair of jeans up last Friday and made them into I cut the bottom The bottom kind of let it get about this part, made it into a lovely little bag. I don't know if I left it in here. Lovely little drawstring bag. It was like a 10-minute project. How much better would it have been if before I did it, foiled a lovely heart or a butterfly onto it? It would look amazing, right? That's what you've got to get going with these. How easy was that? 10 seconds through your machine. 10 seconds, right? So that's the radiating foil dies. Right, I'm going to get ready for a little bit more.
Don't forget about all the things that you can foil onto, as Sarah was just saying there. So here you can see just a few bits here. So I have got denim, there is cotton fabric, faux leather, glitter material, vellum, craft metal, ribbon, acetate here as well. And this is just really a snapshot as to some of the things that you can foil onto. Also here we've got black card, as you can see, Centura, craft card, pattern paper and card, mirror card, watercolour card, black card with spectrum non-metallic inks and glitter card there too. And then also think about all the different ribbons that you can foil onto. Think about things like Hessian. There's so many different things that you can foil onto. And I think whatever you do when you foil, you just give it a touch of class. If I go to a restaurant, there's a particular chain restaurant in the UK. I'm going to say it, Wagamama's. It's beautiful, I love it there. Their menu has got a little bit of foiling detail on it. And the first time I saw it, I was like, ooh. Oh, this is fancy. Just a little bit of foiling. So imagine adding all of that foiling to your projects. Now, those radiating dies that Sarah was talking about there, these are absolutely beautiful. I love these. I think the value on these is amazing. So this one here is the thank you that you've got. You can see the different, you've got kind of 4 different things that you can do with these, which is great. The next one you've got is love you. So it foils and then it cuts out afterwards. You've also got happy birthday and also superstar as well. I think they look so classy, and that is just one way of using it. That is gold on black. So you think about all the different colour combinations that are possible. £40 if you're in the UK, $55 if you're in the US, saving 30%. The mystery bag, so busy. Oh, shut the front door, put the bins out. Almost half the stock has sold out and gone. I'm going to take you through it again. Now, the great thing is we've got two samples of the mystery bag in the studio, and the one that I have, I can't guarantee it will be like this because we can't guarantee, of course, what's in them. But I must say the one I have is really different to the one that Sarah has. And we've got 2 different ones. So, you know, if you want to go for a couple of them, you might get some duplicates, but no reason why you couldn't, especially if you've got someone else, you know, you can have a bit of a mix and match with. Now, if you go for one of the backgrounds, which is what we've got here, the backgrounds, these were around about £25 when we sold them in the UK. So, for what you're paying for the whole bag, you've got it there, you've got the value back immediately. We're also going to give you some corners and borders. Now this one is the Biarritz that we've got in this particular one just here. You've got some lovely embellishments, so you've got some little branches here as your embellishment dies. You're going to get a frame as well. This one is the Biarritz that's included in this one here, but it could be one of a whole host of gorgeous ones. You're then going to get this sentiment. This was the one that Sarah demoed at the start of the show. It's the Silent Night one that is included in here. And then what you're going to get is we're going to give you a couple of foils. So in this one, you've got the rose gold and the cerise, but of course it's going to be a bit of a lucky dip as to which ones you get. What I can guarantee though is that you will get at least £90 or $90 worth of value. £25, $30, half the stock has gone. If you're watching this show back afterwards, I would definitely check what that stock situation is like. Now back to the main deal. Wow, okay, so a quarter of the stock has gone in the UK and a quarter of the stock has gone in the US, and that is a site-wide stock, as I talked about earlier. Now, the thing is with this, it's always so busy, whether it's here or whether we take it to Create and Craft or HSN, it is always one of our hero products because it does so much for a reasonably small investment. You'll always get what you get included. Now, $99.99, you'd usually get the machine itself, you would get the metallic and the heat-resistant plates, you'd get a roll of the gold foil, which you're still going to get. We'd usually give you 2 dies included, but we wouldn't add a value to these, and you would get the user guide as well. It's got the matrix, got all the information in there. You'd get the 2 squeezers, you'd get the tongs, and you'd get the heat mat as well. So you will get all of that as you would a standard. However, what we're going to do today is give you an extra £77 worth of value. If you're in the UK, you'll get the DVD. If you're in the US, we can give you access to all of that content. But of course, because of regions and stuff, we won't send you the actual physical DVD. Now, the border, you're going to get one of our beautiful border dies included. You might not get this exact one, but you will get them. And plot twists, they're all beautiful. So whichever one you get, you're going to love it. You're also going to get one of those radiating dies as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give you 2 foils included. Now, if that was all you were getting as extras, I think you'd be made up. I think you'd be cock-a-hoop. However, what we're going to do is we're going to give you the bag included as well. I don't remember seeing the bag included. The bag on its own is normally $29.99. However, today it's included totally free of charge, which is great. So £77 is what your freebies total in the UK. So it's really like you're paying £22 for the machine if you were to pay for the extras that are included. It's why a quarter of the stock is already sold out. Now the expression dies are not foil stamp dies, but still perfect to use with your machine. £18. We had to double and triple check this when we saw this price because it is that good. You can get all 6 of them. £18 if you're in the UK, $30 in the US. In the US down from $53.70. That's over 35% that you're saving. The swirls, these are great. Again, these are not foil stamp dies per se, but they are dies that work beautifully when you foil with them, because remember, you can use all of your dies you already have to foil with. £26 in the UK, $35 for that one if you are in the US. Now we're going to come back. If you've got any questions still, you can absolutely get them into us. A lot of people still asking about ribbon. I know we'll talk about that and what kinds of ribbon you can use as well as we go through. Christine's asking about the extender plate. She's bought the Gemini. Do you need the extender plate to use it with the larger machine? You do. The plates are on our website, aren't they, Sarah?
They are, yes. We should really have added them to this short. That's my fault. I totally forgot about it. Basically, this is the width of your Gemini Junior. But this will fit through your big Gemini. But the problem is, it's got 2 little sensors, so you have to trick your sensors to think you're putting a full-size plate through, otherwise it won't let you put it through. So all we do is an extender plate that's a couple of inches wider. So it's fantastic. It works in exactly the same way, and you just put your bigger extender plate on. I think it's $12.95, so it's really inexpensive.
Robin has found rubber rain shoes which match the apron perfectly. Stay there. I'm doing a Sara now. Stay there. Bear with. Bear with. Bear with. There we go. Now, also, I know so many of you in the UK have been so gutted that you can't get hold of this apron. Watch this space. I know I've nagged and I've nagged and I've nagged, and I think for our Crafters TV viewers only.
It's not many. I'm just warning you, Joe, it's not many, but I've had them send me some over from the US. So,
absolutely.
I'm hoping we might have them by maybe Wednesday.
Wonderful.
So, yes, watch this bit, but we're only going to release them here on Crafters TV. Right. So I'll try and get them for you for Wednesday, right? I promise. Well, I'm not promising. Watch this space on Wednesday. If they've arrived, I'll have them for you for Wednesday. Oh, it looks so good.
Hang on. I think I just turned my microphone off.
It looks so good. Right, guess what I found? I've managed to find, oh yes, a napkin. I knew there was all sorts in this little bag here. I found a napkin, right? What I thought we'd do is, what if you were doing a personalised birthday party and you wanted to personalise, let's not do that in because I've ripped it, wanted to personalise your napkins, let's get the napkin personalised, right? So let's use that butterfly again that we've just had. So I've got my butterfly and we want it kind of down here in this corner. So we want the maybe it's going along there, a little bit of radiating round to the corner, okay? Now, I think this will look brilliant with that silver. Just the whole radiatingness, everything that goes with it, right? Now, here's the thing, okay, guys? Now, you're probably reading the instructions and saying, hang on, she hasn't put napkins on here. There's no napkins, right? Now, I'm having a look. Because we are in the foil stamp dies, we're staying in this section. I'm going to read down, see what seems closest. I suppose a bit of fabric seems about right. It will be closest to fabric. So for a medium size, that tells me 30 seconds. It's a bit thinner than fabric, so I'm going to go about 25, right? So we go up to 25 seconds. And you know what? It's a napkin. So give it a bit of a go, right? It's just a napkin. See how you get on. Now, can you see what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the position because this whole plate is the same temperature everywhere. I can put my butterfly down in this corner and know that it will still work beautifully. So I'm going to start with that, right? So that is going to do 25 seconds. I've got my foil. Oh, do you know what we could do? Oh, yes, let's do this, right? Let's put the happy birthday from the square one inside here. Now what you'll find is, just fits perfectly. Oh yes. So if these were birthday party ones, so you can interchange all of these. The happy birthday, this one's got love you in, the other one had dream in. So you're just going to get that. It's all nice and warmed up. Hopefully you've had enough chance to warm up. The foil is going to go onto the corner. And I'm going to position this to the corner, right? So we're using the positioning on the plate. Pop our top plate on and we're going to send this through. Now, if you have them, we do have, have a look on the website, we have like alphabets. So you could be getting one of our mini alphabets and you could be putting, so if this was Sarah's party, right, you could be putting S-A-R-A in there. So we could have foiled napkins for the price of a little bit of foil, which if you're buying it today is like next to nothing. Are you ready for this? Let's go and have a look on the close-up, right? So our happy birthday foiled napkins are just gonna look the charm. Wow. You imagine that? And you imagine if you'd done this, Joe, and use that personalisation to put people's initials in here. Oh my life, it is going to look da bomb. Totally da bomb. I'm thrilled with that. And it's so inexpensive.
It wasn't Jan that foiled the napkins. My apologies. I think it was Maxine that had foiled the napkins for her parents' 60th wedding anniversary. Oh, what a lovely thing to do.
How fabulous.
And also things like wedding stationery, that really lends itself beautifully to foiling, doesn't it?
Well, I tell you what, if you're someone who's doing wedding stationery, whether you're doing it for a small business or whether you're doing it, you know, for a friend or something, come on, how much is that going to lift everything? Having the same foiling dies that you have on the invitations, then carried through the ribbons on the bouquet or carried through the little favour boxes could be foiled. You could have one of them radiating dies with the hearts foiled onto a little favour box. Because the thing is, you could be foiling onto anything. This is the beauty. You could be foiling onto before you use the mind. We were in, Joe, we were in a way. Right, okay, someone asked about ribbon.
They did indeed. Maxine said she used the mini alphabets to do the napkins, so which was perfect. And
you
ribbon.
could foil them for each person. You could do that as the name place settings. Yes, I know you're ready. Well,
it was Jen that was asking about different types of ribbon, Sarah.
Different types of ribbon, right. So this here, you can foil onto all sorts of different ribbons, right? I am using, should we do some nice Christmas ribbon, right? I am using, I'm going to use one of the backgrounds. So this is the one that came in my goodie bag. So each goodie bag you will get a background, just be different types of backgrounds, okay? And I'm going to cut a little piece of foil just to go over the ribbon. Now backgrounds are brilliant to use for ribbons, and actually, look, I'm over here so you can't even see us. I'm going to show you a couple of different types, right? I'm going to show you how we can foil different things onto it. So if I get a couple of pieces of foil here, you're going to fit on there like that, and I'll cut you in half, and we'll send you through another time. Here we go, you'll see what I'm trying to get at here. Now, we're going to foil onto ribbon. So it only needs about 10 seconds, but because it's a large background plate, I think I'm going to give it 25 seconds because I want to get this whole thing here. Don't you sit and do this, by the way. I'm doing it because I'm used to having a bit of a feel for how long it takes, right? Don't you be sitting with your hand on it, you'll burn yourself and then I'll feel terrible, right? So do as I say, not as I do, is the learning to take away from that, right? So when you're doing ribbon, I'm just putting myself a couple of extra shims in, right? I'm going to pop this down here, so I'm going to put plenty of foil on. So I've got the foil in here, right? Then I'm going to lie my first piece of the ribbon down. So I'm just going to go that first foiled piece, and I'm going to cover this over because I want to pick up the excess foil, right? So we've got that on. We're going to pop the first part down and we're going to bring this and send this through the machine. There we go. And then I've got a couple of pieces of foil cut ready to do the next part of it. So you can do a little bit of ribbon at a time. And I would say your background designs are the ones that look really great with the ribbon on. If in doubt, go with the background ones, right? I'm going to plug you back in so you're nice and warm. I'm going to lift this off, right? And then when I peel this off, there we go. So there we've got now a little bit Christmas ribbon, right? So, and then, oh, do you know what? The waist looks fabulous from this, right? I'm going to go straight back in with the next piece. So a couple of pieces of the foil down. I know we're finishing there. So I'm going to start, I can see where we're starting, start right there, do the next bit of ribbon. Pop right, this is where I say when you don't waste the excess, right? Don't want the excess on there. Pop the excess on. I'm just going to fold this over so that it doesn't get trapped in the machine. Pop that on, and then we're going to send that through again. All right, so we use the fact that the die was already warm, having just come straight back out the machine, and I knew I'd take that little bit of turnaround time. This is the sort of stuff that you just get the hang of when you're practicing. Now, this is the ribbon actually out of our compendium box, or it's the same type of ribbon that we have in all of our subs boxes. So if you wanted to have a bit of a play, that's brilliant ribbon for you to play with, right? So then, oh, look at this. You wouldn't even know where my join was, right? And we've done a whole piece of Christmas ribbon, right? And then you could foil both sides of this, couldn't you? How fabulous is that going to look on a project or wrapping a present up? I think that would look absolutely amazing, Joe. Loving that.
Imagine personalising ribbon as well, even if it's just on the front of a piece of, on a card project. Imagine having someone's name on the ribbon along the front. It'd be gorgeous, wouldn't it? That is beautiful.
Isn't it just? And it's just that all over background, right? Now, what I was going to do, Joe, was just kind of for the end, is just go right back to the beginning, right? So I just wanted to show you, let's do this background, for example, right? Actually, let's start with the small piece and then come back to the background. So where we started right at the very, very beginning, pop you in there, was using just one of our words. So you've got some words. If you go for the goodie bag, you get one of the words in there. If you get in the starter kit, so if you don't already have the foil press, you've got the starter kit, you've got the words in there, right? What you're going to do is you're going to take the word and then you're going to have a little look on your instruction sheet. So we're going to foil it just onto some black card. So 300 GSM cardstock, it's a small die, tells me I need 10 seconds. So all you do is cut yourself a little bit of foil, and then we're going to go with, we're going to pop this on, and then this, you click the reset button, and we put the seconds up to 10, right? Anybody not sure as to why I'm doing this upside down back to front, it's just because I've got mine plugged in down here so you can see it. It's counting down, albeit upside down on here. And all we're going to do is, once it's ready, it beeps. You put your foil on with the shiny side facing down. I'm just going to tell you now, you will do one upside down. And it's not the end of the world. All that happens is you will get foil, you will get like a pretty colour of foil on your die. It doesn't come off before you, trust me, I've sat there and tried to scrape it off. It doesn't come off, but it doesn't damage the way that the foil works, because it's just essentially like a debosser, pushes the cardstock up in the past when you're using it again. So don't worry about having damaged your card, right? Then all you do is, once we've got this to this point, you just peel it off and you get that absolutely perfect transfer, right? So this is just one of our Christmas words, because we've done you a mix of all sorts in the goodie bag, but that's how you would do the background. Now, in your goodie bag as well, we're also including one of the larger backgrounds. Now, these are brilliant. Let's pop that large background on there, all right? And let's have a look. So for a large background, if we're just going to do it on 300 GSM cardstock, 30 seconds. So we'll go all the way up to 30. Press the start button. Leave the lid on just so that it cools. So that it comes up to temperature with that lid on. Oh, shall we do green, seeing as this one's nice holly and ivy background, right? So we just cut a little bit of the green, to size. Now, if you've got a short temperature, short time one, what I would say is make sure you get all of this prep work done ahead of time. So I knew I would have 30 seconds to cut this. If you were doing a smaller one, notice I cut the smaller ones first. So our green goes face down. We then take the piece of cardstock, put it on, put our top plate on. Don't be tempted to think, oh, it's a big one, I'll give it a bit longer, right? Because trust me, this is not a scientific calculation. This is Leanne and her team spending hours and hours of trialling every material on every size die. So if we thought it needed a little bit of a tweak from what the scientific calculation kind of worked out and told us it was, we've already done that. You don't need to, right? So there you go. Even though this is a large background, look how beautifully well, and I mean absolutely perfectly, that large background has foiled, right? And notice there's nothing missing anywhere on here, but that's because we've got that all over perfect cut. So I'm going to pop that on. I'm going to take this off here, Joe, and this is how we then foil, the waste. Don't get stuck onto there. So you pop the waste down, okay? Now, because it's an all over piece, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it at 1 minute. I'm going to get another piece of scrap card and put that scrap card on there so that I've got 1 minute. I'm going to use, I think that shim is it's lasted me well. I'm going to treat myself to a new shim. So we'll get a new piece of card and just fold it over. And so we've got 2 sheets of cardstock. So it's essentially like a 600 GSM shim, right?
Fabulous. Sonia has got a question. I think she's might be joining us late. She's saying, please, did Sara say that I could use all the dies I have bought and can be used on the foil machine? So all of her regular thin metal dies.
Let's squeeze that little demo in again as well. I've got a nice sentiment that I've got from my collection. All we'll do is I'll try and squeeze a couple through. Yep, but I'll absolutely show you that again. And I did that right at the beginning. So if you want to go back and watch the whole masterclass, and remember, my recommendation is if you've got your foil press already, sit and go through this, watch it through again with your foil press out, with a bit of scrap card, with one of the backgrounds, some bits of ribbon, and just follow through everything that I've done at the same time, and you'll be like, because if you try and watch this and then remember, you're going to panic, right? Whereas if you don't have to remember, if I'm sitting in your living room with you and we're doing it together at the same time, all of a sudden the penny will drop and it won't seem as scary as you thought it did, right? So this one here now, I can peel as that, yes. So this is now all of the waste, right? So if I just bring in my trimmer, look how awesome this is going to look, okay? So we just cut these 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. All right, so there's I haven't quite cut all the excess off there. All right, so there's what's left. And then here was the actual one so that you can compare the 2 different ones. Now, I've seen a load of cards where people use both of these side by side because it's like a reversed, completely different look, but looks amazing. Now, I think that looks brilliant with the green, with the holly. Just get loads of that excess foil. While they're on 2 for £6, 2 for $7, don't miss out on that, right? Now, what did we say? We wanted to foil our die cut pieces, right?
Yes, it was Sonia that was asking about that.
Sonia, right, Sonia. I've got here Special Friend, right? So this is a lovely die. So the 2 different ways that you could foil Special Friend. And if I just get a little piece, I love this cerise. This cerise, by the way, is what came in my goodie bag. So you'll all be, if you're going for that goodie bag, you're going to get a selection of foil as well as a selection of foil dies and everything for you to use. Now, when we look at this here, 300 GSM cardstock. It's a small die, 10 seconds, right? Reset 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We go die on and start the countdown. Now, because it's only 10 seconds, I'm not going to bother putting the lid on and then lifting the lid off. I'm just going to get ready to go. You put the coloured side facing your die, so it's exactly what you don't feel like you want to do. Put your card on.
Someone's saying that with the waist, there's a new tagline for you, Sara. You emboss one, you get one free. I love it. That was from Carol. Let me say that in the comments. Really made me laugh.
You buy one, you get one free. Right, brilliant. So the reason I chose this die as well. So so when we peel this off, you get that. Can you see? It just gives you the outline of it. Yep, so can you see that? Now what happens if you want to actually cut special friend? Let me show you. Want to foil special friend, I should say, right? If I put this in here, you can stay warming up actually. I'm going to get my Gemini plates. What I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut around the outside of that special friend because this was one of those 2-part dies. So I'm going to do all of that die cutting and have it just looking pretty fantastic. So, oh, we're going to get the headshot, aren't we? No, you're going to stay on the close-up. Thank you. Johnny's got me back. Don't worry, because as of next week, my roots are going to be looking fabulous. Because one of my friends said to us, get on Amazon and order some root concealer.
Wow.
So we are concealing the roots with root concealer from April, I think April 25th they said it would arrive. So yes, let's have a look how glamorous the roots look after this weekend. Right, I need my other Gemini place. We're going to go clear. Yep, I know you're ready. Thank you there. Clear top, and then my other cutting plate is on the top. I've missed my magnet. Look, I've got stuff. Absolutely. I mean, this is a proper Sara Joe, but this is how a masterclass table looks like when we finished it, right? So, and actually for those of you joining us late, this is, we've done so many of these masterclasses now where I kind of turn something into a masterclass and say, let's just do loads and loads of like experimental demoing. And it's been so well received, we now calling them officially masterclasses.
Jan has ordered the root concealer as well. So,
nice, Jan. We can root concealer
she ordered
together.
hers yesterday. So let us know how you get on, Jan.
Right, so I've done my special friend. Oh, my life, I should have sent it through and embossed it. So if I just get all these cut out, because I'm then going to foil this so I can show you the difference, right?
I think this one you're doing here is my favourite technique that we do with the foil pressing. I think I think it adds so much glitz and glam. And what I love is, depending on the style of sentiment, you can change the colour and it gives it something, so it can be really classy with gold and silver,
yes,
or it can be really pale, playful in like a baby blue or a cerise pink. There's so many different ways of theming it.
I wonder if I've got much going on in the way of waste. I really haven't, you know, I've used it all up. Oh, here's a little bit, right? Watch this. Let's use up all this. So keep these, right, Joe? You don't have to. You can use up all your scrap waste. This is genius. You're not going to waste anything with this machine, okay? So all we're going to do is we're going to go, we're going to put our foil down. So let's just piece together, as long as it's crossing over.
Even bits? Even
little bits like this, Joe. Yep, they'll all cover together. You're going to use all of it. Is that going to cover over my special friend? A little bit extra over in this corner. There you go. And then your special friend should just, yes, that's going to fit on there beautifully, right? So, scraps. Bit more scrap, right? You do want 35 seconds, 3, 4, 5, right? 35 seconds. While that is, let's just pop this on to keep that pressure down there. Can you see I've used the die to cut around that, so we've got that lovely, we've got the special friend. It just gives you like a really subtle outline, because all it's doing is foiling the, essentially the raised up bit, the die. So your other option is to foil all the background bit. Now, it doesn't work with words because obviously you'd get the mirror image, but it does work nicely with dies like this one, right? So if you want your nice, your background, you can see that's quite a nice all over floral background. Right, there's my 30 seconds. I've just dropped my pokey tool. We're off, right? So, clear on there. You do want your magnetic, which I've put somewhere really safe. Yep, here it is, right? Your magnetic goes on there, and your top plate. So we just basically, we've warmed up all of the foil. So what you're doing is, whereas everything else, I'm telling you, make sure you use exactly what we said in the instruction booklet, right? So if I said 10 minutes, no. I said 10 seconds, just give it 10 seconds. With this one, because there's no metal in there, you're not heating any dies up, so you don't have to get it precise. You're just leaving it long enough for the foil to be warmed up, so that when we lift this up, come on, right? So we lift all these up, these will all peel off, and you get that gorgeous, there we go.
Wow, look at that.
That's your special friend.
Almost looks like you've put a bit of gilding wax on it, doesn't it?
Doesn't it just? But you know what I like is, I used here all those bits of waste, you could be using multicoloured bits of waste to foil all of your lovely sentiment. And they just, the foiled effect, Joe, is an elevated look above and beyond what your gorgeous, like, you know, if you just use a mirror card, it's not the same as a foil finish. And all I would say is, right, for those of you that have got sore bottoms because you've been sitting on the fence watching the masterclass thinking, do I need a foil press or do I not, right? All I would say is, how much have you spent on your Gemini? So you've got your Gemini. How much have you spent, I've got the pointy finger out, how much have you spent on all of your dies to date, right? How many swirls, flourishes, words, big backgrounds have you got? Because all of those can become foil dies using this technique, right? So for the extra £99 or $139, you're investing in the machine, but today we're throwing in 70 odd pounds worth, it's over $100 worth of extra value of stuff to get you started. And as the starter kit in the set, it upgrades the stuff you've already got to give it so much more of a lease of life. Now, I know that there are tens of thousands of people out there who have the foil press. The reason I wanted to do a masterclass is so many of you look at it and are frightened to use it. It hasn't yet become an everyday part of your equipment. Hopefully, us doing a masterclass like this, and whether you're picking yourself up a goodie bag, for example, to get more stuff to get going, is going to inspire you to take it on to that next level. I really hope it has, because honestly, it is one of the most innovative machines that we own. And just thinking about, you know, I told you right from the beginning, you'll never need to upgrade your Gemini. Whether you've got the big one, the Junior, the Go, it's the same pressure in the machine. We'll never upgrade it. We'll never put more pressure in because we can't. Little things like, we had the idea for this machine way back when we first started the concept in the Gemini. So every single one of our Geminis, whether it's the Junior or whether it's the large one, every one is fitted with a heat sensor. So we put that technology in knowing that this was coming out. So our intention was the hundreds of thousands of people out there who own a Gemini, because foiling, I mean, it's been a trend now for over 2 years and it's not going anywhere. You want to upgrade the machine you've got, you just need the hot foil plate. Don't think of it as a new machine. It is literally a new plate. It's just another plate that goes through your Gemini. You just need the base to heat it up. Once you've invested in that base and the plate, and honestly the deal that we've got today is like a phenomenal deal to get you started, then you can get so much more use out of everything you've got. I'm going to be planning on doing more masterclasses with the foiler. I know Craig's going to be planning on doing more masterclasses with the foiler. Get it while we've got it on such a colossal deal, and then the next foiling masterclass we can do, you can sit with yours at home and work along at the same time, because look what we've learned. We've learned how to do basic foiling. We've learned how to foil all of the excess pieces that we have, right? So we've learned how to use all of the dies that you have to do some foiling. We've learned how to use our regular dies and foil. This is foiled onto the alcohol pen colouring card. We've created our own colouring book, and we even foiled the excess that came with it. We did some stamp and cut foiling onto some glitter card. We learned how to foil the waste. We foiled onto some ribbon. We then did our own swirls foiling, so we created backgrounds with the swirls and all of our own gorgeous swirls to embellish your cards. We did some foiling onto acetate. So you've done the acetate, we foiled the waste that was left over from our acetate, we foiled onto some leather so that you can do this in your bag making. I showed you how you could foil onto your own napkins, and then we did some background foiling and then learned how to even foil the waste from our background. Oh, and don't forget, we did that gorgeous Christmas ribbon as well. I mean, all of that in a couple of hours, that is not bad going, Joe.
That is more than not bad going. That is extremely good going. And talking of going, that's exactly what is happening to the stock of the foil press machine. Very busy in the UK and in the US. Now remember, I'll just recap what you're getting included. So for £99 or $139.95, what you'd always get is, of course, the machine itself. You would always get one of the foils included, the gold one. You'd get the 2 plates, the magnetic and the heat resistant plate. We don't give these a value, but you do get 2 small die collections included. You will get the user guide. That is a really clear, concise, comprehensive manual. You will get the squeezers as well. These are almost like castanets. I always pretend I'm in, you know, Andalusia. Then what you can get.
Swim in the water.
Yes, no. Oh, the pigs swim in the water wherever I am. Don't you worry about that. Are you getting the tweezers and you're getting the heat resistant mat as well. So you get all of that included. Now, that's what you'd normally get, and it's really busy all the time on our website at the full price. However, today what we're going to do, now if you're in the UK, we're going to give you the DVD included. If you're in the US, we're going to give you access to all of that content that is on the DVD, so you will still get it. You're going to get one of our foil border stamps. You're going to get one of our, another one of our foil stamp and cut dies, and you're going to get 2 of the foils included as well. So it's a bit of a lucky dip. So you will get variants of this. They're all beautiful, so they'll all be gorgeous. Now, what you'll also get as well, we have a lot less stock of this, the bag, than we do of the foil press machines. So whilst we've still got the stock, everyone that's ordering right now will get the free bag worth £29.99. That means in the UK you're getting £77 worth of freebies. So take that off the cost of your machine, you're paying what, £22, £23 just for the actual foil press itself. So it is stonkingly good value, whether you're in the UK or in the US. It's over 35% off is what you're looking at. Very busy for that. I think it's over a quarter of stock of the UK and the US stock. It's a site-wide stock, so it's very, very busy. Now, the mystery bag. Over half the stock now has sold out and gone. A lot of you watch these shows back afterwards. It will be very busy. Tens of thousands of you, in fact, watch these shows back after they've been aired. With a mystery bag, you'll get one of our background foil stamp dies. Now, this one alone, I believe we sold this for £24.99 in the UK. So that is the whole cost of the bag taken care of. The rest is freebies. You'll get a corner and a border. You'll also get one of our gorgeous frames. You will get one of our wonderful embellishing dies. This one is the branches. You'll get one of our sentiment foil stamp dies, and we'll also give you 2 of the foils included as well. So amazing value. What we can guarantee you'll get in every single bag is over £90 or over $90 worth of value, which is absolutely phenomenal. Now, the craft vault, that's what we're going to be looking at next. Now, the craft vault is amazing. It is me having a good old rummage around the warehouse. I was over there last week, nagging everyone over HQ to get you the best prices. And they've all got a theme, and the theme for this one, we always have our most popular ones when it's half price deals, and that's exactly what you have got today. Now, the first one that we're looking at are some dies for you, Starry Night, and these are great. These are really useful, really versatile. So you can see you've got the cloud, 2 clouds, you've got the shooting star, you've even got the moon there as well. So you get all 4 dies. The outer edge is removable on these as well, which is brilliant. So it means you can cut the detail in or you can cut the detail out. It is completely up to you, and of course you can use those 4 mats and layers as well. £3.99 if you're in the UK, £5.47 if you're in the US. Now, the next one, creator cards, which we've been talking about. The great thing about these is they are a one-pass wonder. It means that you can run these through and get something fabulous. Now, again, what we've done is separated the outside edge. So you can see, let me bring that in for you. So what you can do is, you can either cut it into your project, you can cut it out of your project, or you can just cut half out of your project. Now, I've got a sample here to show you exactly what that looks like. So you can use it cutting half of it out. We could have put the other half on and cut the whole thing out and use that maybe as a stencil. And then what's great about it as well is that you've then got the option to use it over the edge. You can use it in the middle of your card. Use it as a stepper almost. There's lots that you can do with it. Using it as an edger too. So loads you're going to get loads of use out of that. £7.49 if you're in the UK, or £9.97 if you're in the US. Now, joy to the world, some embossing folders for you. One of our 3D embossing folders. You've not had our embossing folders before. The 3D ones means there's just so much depth and layering to your embossing folder. And what's so great about these, I just love it, in the black with a little bit of that gold gilding wax on there. I mean, it really makes it pop, so you can see exactly what you're able to get there. Really good size will go for your Gemini Junior as well as your larger Gemini machine. You can still do your French letterpress techniques with this as well. You can sand it back. There's loads you can do with our embossing folders, but remember, because it's 3D, it means that depth and that level, it's a multi-layer emboss that you're getting, which makes all of the difference. £3.49 or £4.97 if you want to go for that one. Again, it's half price. Now, Garden of Seasons, which is next. These are fantastic. So these are great for allowing you to create like landscapes almost, if you will, or build scenes on card projects, or maybe you want to make your own diary or wall calendar, I should say. That's exactly what someone has done here. It really is brilliant. You can add these to lots of scenes. They are fantastic for box frames as well. You're getting a lot in here. So you get the tree, you get 3 types of foliage. You've got the birdhouse in there as well. You've got the birds, you've got the chair, the rabbit, a lot of dies in there for you, and you can see 11 dies in total, £6.49 or £9.49 if you want to go for that one. Now, the next one we're going to do is the Scalloped Edge Square is the next one. We'll come to Shoot to the Stars in just a moment. The Scalloped Edge Squares, these are dies that you really need to have in your stash. £6.49. These are half price, and these kind of dies that you've got are an absolute essential. They are layering dies, or great for matting and layering, I say, nesting dies, and it means that you can get really professional results from all of your mats and layers. There's so many different styles of concept cards that you can do with these. I know a few weeks ago in a cartload, Sara had a whole collection of these on and did loads of different things, loads of different concept designs for them. They're great. I love that they are a scalloped edge square. A lot of you might already have square nesting dies, but it's great to have the scallop one, something a little bit different. And you can also see what you can do with those is put them intermittently with your straight edge squares to give you a really different look. They're very busy. I know they'll be very popular. 8 dies within there, your scalloped edge squares. Now, something else that I know will be busy as well is our Stampin' die, and this one is the Aura that we're looking at here. Now, these are brilliant because you can use the stamp on its own, you can colour that up beautifully, you'll get something fantastic. You can use the die on its own, but the great thing about it is when you use the stamp and the die together, you get something that is really wow. You can see here how that has been put together. Whether you want to use coloured cardstock, whether you want to heat emboss, whether you want to use water reactive inks and do those kinds of techniques with this, you'll get something great. Or if you've got any of your Spectrum Noir markers that you want to get involved, this is a really great one to allow you to do that. Think about cutting it with acetate, think about cutting it with vellum, think about glitter card, changing between glitter and mirror and building the layers up like that. There's loads of different things that you can do with them. They're always very popular whenever we bring them to you. So to get them on half price, £6.49 or £9.97 is a really great price for that. Now the next one, and this will be busy because, let's face it guys, you can never have too many butterflies in your collection, can you? And this is fantastic. It is our, this one here, we'll just change the details for you. So it's the Majestic Butterfly that we're looking at here. And it's just a really big outline die. So wonderful, again, if you want to do a bit of freehand drawing in there, you want to do colouring in there, maybe you want to do acetates and vellums and make mobiles, maybe you want to create window decorations, maybe you want to use craft foam and create your own stamp using this. There's loads of different things you can do with it. £3.99 if you're in the UK, or £7.47 if you are in the US. Now we've got some of our wrap dies on the show for you. This is the Snow family that we're looking at just here. Oh, hang on, I'll be my own cameraman. There we go. This is the this is the Snow family that we're looking at. It's one of our wrap dies. Now, our wrap dies are so versatile because you're able to extend them, shorten them, put them around gifts. Let me show you what I mean by that. So here you can see, same die, wider card. So you can see they're cut in silver mirror or Centura, looks beautiful. Here, done in white with added embellishments and coloured. Different size, different width, not a problem because you can extend them. Great for going around presents, wonderful for wrapping around things like your bottles as well. £3.99 gets you that, or £6.47. That's the Snow family. Now, I don't have any samples, but I want to show you the exact same one with the Shoot for the Stars is a different option. So exactly the same concept as what you've just seen, just a different design. It's not Christmassy, this one. It's got those lovely stars on there. £3.99 or £6.47 to get that one and be able to do all of the same techniques that you've just seen with the other wrap die just there. So whichever ones you're going for, whichever products you're going for in the vault, you've got half price deals, which is amazing. because it means you've got something absolutely fantastic. This is just the start of a brand new week for us here on Crafters TV. Don't forget, all of the Craft Vault items are within the show that you've just watched. So go over to the Masterclass show, click shop the show, and then you'll see the Craft Vault logo will be on all of our Craft Vault products. So much coming up for you for the rest of today. I know that there is Monday Makers coming your way this evening. We'll be talking to our craft ambassador as well for that. Soft Decided Life will be here tomorrow. I'll be here with Sara for that. Leanne will be in the building tomorrow night for the launch party. I am back with double Sara on Wednesday. We've got a masterclass and then we've got Creative Cravings for you. Cartload, of course, is here on Thursday. I've got double Leanne on Thursday because it's someone's birthday. So myself and Leanne will be here at 11 a.m. for the preview of Cartload and then the main event 7 p.m. in the evening. Colour Me Happy is coming here for you at 11 a.m. if you're in the UK, 6 a.m. if you're on the East Coast on Friday. I think it's, did I hear it's Classiques this week. So maybe we've got double colouring then. Did I hear it was metallic markers on Wednesday? Ooh, and then, ooh, and I'm so butch. And then on Saturday, of course, yeah, the best of will be coming here. Gosh, I'm tired just thinking about all those shows. So much inspiration, so many wonderful, great ideas as we create every day here on Crafters TV. I'll see you in a few hours. Take care.